Okay, welcome to another class on my Master IELTS course. This is another essay that a student has written, and he's not actually taking IELTS, but he likes to write these essays to improve. If you are taking IELTS, please take the opportunity, write me an essay, and I will get it back to you corrected and graded as well, so that you can have some idea of how much work you need to do on your writing. Okay, so let's have a look. International travel is becoming cheaper and countries are opening their doors to more and more tourists. Do the advantages of the increased number of tourists outweigh the disadvantages? Okay, so there is a mistake here in the title, and I think there often are on these titles online. So this isn't the student's mistake, but really you're talking about the increase in the number of tourists and not increased tourists. Just be careful, that's not quite as clear, is it? Increased what? Increased size of tourists, weight of tourists, height of tourists? And so if you say number, it's a bit clearer. Okay, according to evolutionary theory, or according to the theory of evolution. You can say that if you want, according to the theory of evolution, or according to evolutionary theory, the origin of the human race as we know it today was, the origin was a long time ago, so the origin was somewhere in Africa millions of years ago. So that's why it's got to be was. The origin was somewhere in Africa, semicolon. Millions of years ago, humans left paradise, not the paradise, and not had left. And it's because, you haven't gone before a past simple verb here. You spoke about the origin was, and the origin was millions of years ago. So keep it as past simple. Millions of years ago, humans left paradise, and we don't give paradise an article when we mean heaven. Heaven doesn't have an article, hell doesn't have an article, and neither does paradise. So humans left paradise, reached every corner of the globe, and then, without any obvious reason, Now, I changed explicit reason, even though I know some people wouldn't, and I'm sure you can find some examples of explicit reason, but it's not as common a collocation as obvious reason, compelling reason, valid reason, apparent reason, and you can find a good list of these reason collocations if you just type into Google reason collocations and check the list on Cambridge or on Macmillan Dictionary. Macmillan is also very good for collocations. So they lost connection for thousands of years, until the days when Portuguese sailors, please don't forget that nationalities, even when they're adjectives, they need a capital. So Portuguese sailors figured out how to cross the oceans and stay alive. Travelling is one of the most enjoyable things in the world, as many people might admit, I just prefer commas around that kind of afterthought. And it is not surprising that tourism has become so popular nowadays. Now, with this, it is not surprising. We use a that clause to stand in for the it, That tourism has become so popular nowadays is not surprising, The fact that tourism has become so popular nowadays is not surprising. And not this why. And notice it wouldn't make sense if we said why tourism has become so popular nowadays is not surprising. That wouldn't make sense, and that's why I don't like it. Get rid of the why and make it a subordinate clause, because this is an example of extraposition. That's what we call it, extraposition, where